VFR800. Primary gear drive reassembly. Primary gear drive is found on the right hand side of the motorcycle next to the clutch. Alright, and then for reassembling this primary drive gear clutch thing, stick our little springs back in here. You can see there's this hole right there that corresponds to the hole right there. Line those holes up, and then an 8mm bolt, spare bolt that you have lying around. Stick that through this hole. And that will hold it, and then you should be able to get the snap ring on here. And that is set. Now I can install it on to the bike. Bolt is still on there. I'm going to put it on the bike, then I'll take the bolt off. You can see back here on the splines, there's a wider spline that lines up with a wider groove on this guy. Those get lined up. I still don't have the gears lined up all the way. The gear on the little clutch part on the outside there is not lined up. Let's see what happens when we take their bolt out. Using a screwdriver here in that same hole where the bolt was to try and... Aha. Alright, so next is this primary gear drive guide, and that's going to go on in this direction. And you can kind of see with these four little bump outs there, those line up with the little grooves on the back side of this, which is our clutch. And so that goes on this way next. That is why this one goes on this direction. Let me put this guy on. This one's got a groove there, a wider groove that goes onto this wider spline there. Alright, and then our needle bearing goes inside this guy here. Make sure our guide in the back is also lined up on there. Then we get this pulse generator rotor on there. This also has a wider groove on there that lines up on that spline, indexes this whole thing appropriately. Then we put our washer and bolt on there, and this gets torqued to 76 foot-pounds. Okay. That's not going to help, huh? And you're supposed to put it in gear or something. Do something crazy. There we go. Alright, now we've got these two little starter gears that go over here on these two little dowel pins right there. And this is the order and direction they go in. This little dish side is out on this one, and the gear is out on this one. There we go, like that. For those curious about the purpose of all these gears, they attach to the electric starter and help crank over the engine and get it running.